Hi, this is Mark from Gruss. In this video I want to show you the conditional bets feature that the software has. So what is a conditional bet? So it is where you want the software just to monitor the odds of a market and only send a bet to Betfair if certain criteria is met, i.e. You want to monitor the back odds or the lay odds, and you only want to send the bet if the odds reach a certain point. So let's see how we do that. First of all, you need to add the conditional bets column to the grid because it's not there by default. So you need to go into Preferences, into the grid interface settings, and then in the list of display columns you'll find conditional bets. Tick that, and now you'll see that the column with the red C is in the grid. This is how we set a conditional bet for a particular selection in the grid. So I'm just going to set one up on this first selection in the grid. You click on the C, and the window will open where you can set the criteria. So first of all, let's have a look what we have here. We have a check price, which is either last price matched, best back price, or best lay price. So you can get the software to monitor those prices and only send the bet once one of those prices reaches a set limit. So I'm going to get the software to look at the last back price, and I'm going to say, just for the purpose of this video, we're going to say if the back price is less than or equal to let's say 1.5. So if the price reaches 1.5, we're going to say back that selection, and I'm going to back it at the best back price. Set your stake. I'm just going to use £2 stake, and then you have a trigger time, which is where by default the software will put in the current time when you open this window, but you could set a time in the future if you didn't want it to start checking the prices in the market until a certain time. But I'm just going to leave it as it is. We want to start checking straight away. And this next column in this window is offset the odds by ticks. So it's if the criteria gets met, it's going to request the back price, but I can tell it to offset that price by a number of ticks. So if I say minus 10 ticks, for example, it'll request that whatever that back price was at the time minus 10 ticks, which that will help in getting the bet matched, especially in play where the prices move very quickly, and also there's a delay imposed by Betfair. So these other selections at the top here, we can set a max liability, so that's if it comes to trigger this, so the criteria has been met and it's going to trigger the bet, it's going to check this figure up here. 0 means no liability. You can set a figure there, and the bet will not be sent if the liability is greater than the figure that you've set, but I'm just going to leave it at 0. You can tell it to place the bets, allow the bets to be placed in play, which I'm going to do because that price probably won't. Well, it won't get met until it's in play, if at all. So we'll leave that as in play. You can apply these same settings to the entire field if you wanted to. If you click on that, you'll see Just need to make this window a bit bigger so we can see what's going on there. So you can see it's set the same criteria for every single runner that's in this field, but I only want it on the first one, so I'm just going to get rid of these other ones. You could also create another entry for this same runner by clicking here, so you could set another conditional bet for this runner, but I'm just going to leave it at the one for now, just for the purposes of this video. As soon as I click this active, the software will now start monitoring the odds in this market, and as I say, if price reaches 1.5 on the back price, it will send this bet, but not until. And if it does trigger, it will put the bet reference in this column here. So if I wanted to add conditional bet to another runner in the same market, I would have to close this window and click on the other selection. You'll see my existing conditional bet there. Now I can add another entry for another runner here. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it with the one conditional bet, and when you've got a conditional bet, you'll see the blue background indicating that the bet is there. Now we can see this market is now in play, so let's just have a look if my criteria gets met. Remember, it was 1.5, so if that price comes down to it, I've just seen it go down to 1.5. There you go. The bet got triggered, matched. It actually got matched at 1.51, in fact. So you can see although it got requested at 1.5 minus 10 ticks, it in fact got matched at 1.51 because of best execution. Betfair offered me better odds than I requested. That's just because the odds were jumping around. And there you go. So that's the how the conditional bets work. Okay, so that's the conditional bets feature. So one thing I should mention, which is quite an important thing actually, is that once you've set a conditional bet, you must keep that market open in the software so that it can monitor the odds and therefore submit the bet if your criteria is met. So here you can see I've got a conditional bet set on this first runner. If I was to go to another market, the next one in the list here, and then if I was to go back again, you'll see it's no longer set. The conditional bet's been cancelled. So what you need to do is, if you want to keep the conditional bet set in that market and move to another market, you need to open a new page in the software by going up to the menu here, click on new page, select a different market. You can then set another conditional bet, for example, on another market, and still have your existing one on the other market. So that's quite an important thing. And also, if you need something a bit more sophisticated than what's on offer in the conditional bets, then you should look at maybe using the Excel triggered betting feature that we have in the software, which I'm going to cover in another video.